Another team that's playing really good basketball right now. Shout out Grayson Allen and his new deal just came across the wire. He
Ching, ching.
just got a 4-year, $70 million deal. Could be 79 with incentives. Had a career year, shot the shit out of the ball from the 3-point line, and has been an integral part for this Phoenix team, who's kind of been up and down with Bradley Beal not really playing a lot, in and out. But Phoenix over their last 10 is 7-3. They had the hardest remaining schedule in the league to close out the season, and they beat the Wolves twice. They beat Denver. They beat the Clippers. They beat the Kings. Phoenix will play Minnesota in this first round. They've dominated over the last 2 seasons, 6-1 versus Minnesota. Are we buying that Phoenix can get hot at the right time and make a run in this Western Conference playoffs?
Only way you're not buying that is if you ain't got no money.
So you're right. So you think they have the depth, Jack, and obviously they got the star power up top. You think they have the depth to make a run in the Western Conference in the playoffs?
When you got KD and Booker and Bill and a team like that, dog, I like my chances going to the playoffs against anybody. They can get hot. You see they're getting hot right now, and they're getting hot at the right time. You want to play like this going into the playoffs, right? You just gave old boy that money. Now you got another player on the team happy. I'm telling you, bro, if you want to worry about any team in the playoffs like we talking about Miami, you better worry about KD and Booker.
Boogie, you agree?
I do. On paper, I think they got the talent. They obviously have the personnel. They got legendary players on the team. One solid Hall of Famer in KD, 2 guys potentially. I think Booker be one. Bill, we'll see what happens. Potentially another Hall of Famer. So on paper, they got that. But this has been a very inconsistent team all year. They just now kind of found their stride. I've heard rumblings where it's not as peachy and clean over there as you think. And for the most part, the big 3 that they have aren't really on the same page. So I've gotten that information, but maybe they played good basketball down the stretch. Maybe they have found that chemistry. Maybe they have finally sat down and got on the same page. And I think it would be the right time going into the playoffs. So like I said, this team has been very inconsistent. Minnesota ain't no hoe.
No.
Cat will be returning for the playoffs, so that's a plus for Minnesota. And I think that young team is hungry. I'm a huge fan of Anthony Edwards. He got that dog mentality that Stack has spoke about. Matt, you play with him, myself.
Mm-hmm.
He's that old school style type of player, which I enjoy to watch. So I don't think Minnesota is a pushover or a hoe. So this would be a great series. I love the Jaden McDaniels KD matchup.
Yeah.
It's a damn 6'11" offensive force against a 6'11" defensive dynamite. So this is going to be great for TV, great for the sport. And I think these guys are going to really go out there and battle. You got a big shit talking and Edwards. You got a big shit talking and Devin Booker. KD can get in that mode as well. So the last game they got a little chippy between Bill and Edwards. So I think this is going to be a good series. It's going to be a lot of fireworks. And I think at the end of the day, the best team will win.
Matt, let me ask you a question, Matt. Do you think when they asked KD during the season what his future looked like in Phoenix, he said, I'm not sure. You think that started up some shit?
It could. It couldn't have. I mean, you look at his track record. He's someone who's not scared to make a move.
Right.
So I think I think him and LeBron are very strategic as far as not promising the world. I'm not guaranteeing shit. Let's get through the season and see what happens. But I think at the end of the day, they've had success against Minnesota. Minnesota is one of these younger teams still trying to find their identity. Mm-hmm. But regardless, second round, you're gonna see them boys from Colorado. So I could definitely see this being a great series, as you said, Boog. I can see Phoenix coming out of it, but the bus could stop in that second round because I just think this Denver team has been playing their role. They haven't been too high. They haven't been too low. They haven't been really worried about their seed. And they found themselves with the tied for the first best record in the Western Conference. So they're saving everything for now. So they are the defending champs. So I love this first round matchup of Minnesota and Phoenix for everything you said, Boogie. But I think the train is going to stop for both these teams in the second round.
This episode of All the Smoke is brought to you by the SoFi NBA Play-In Tournament. 6 months, 82 games, and finally, the postseason is here. First up, the SoFi NBA Play-In Tournament.
For this, the rules are simple.
Win and get in. 8 teams battle to earn their playoff spot in a winner-go-home style tournament. This tournament is bound to be full of highlights, excitement, and drama. There's no better way to set the tone for the playoffs than this, so make sure you don't miss the action. Watch TNT's coverage of SoFi NBA Play-In Tournament on April 16th and 19th on TNT, True TV, and Max.